So for what it is, it's not bad at all. Now, we're going to go to the gamma. I do have... Here, I'm going to reset the saturation, brightness, contrast, and gamma back to default. Yes, it is. I got a really flat feel here. I think there's no... well, we do pick up some colors in there. The middle... for what it is, it's not bad at all. Now we need to lower that gamma. So what I need to do is get the best picture I can with all the hot pixels and the warm pixels. I don't care what right now for this. All my concern is to get a nice background as best as we can get, and at that point, and get a decent or acceptable image. Then I will do the dark field correction. So here what I've done, the gain is set up at 25, exposure's 15 seconds, and the histogram is set to 0 and 127. And what I've done, I brought the gamma from 1.00 and I lowered it or increase it to 1.25, and that darkened my background. So we're going to pump that up to 1.30 and see what kind of result we're going to get. Well, the gamma is at 1.30 at the moment. And not too bad at all. For what it is, it's not too bad. Oh yeah, the readout, Chris, of all the experiment I've done, I think the IMX 302 is the winner. It's even better than 174, it's better than a lot of them. And what I kept in my mind for this at the time, working with them, is as long as we get something close to the ICX 418, we're going to be in the right track. Because the ICX 418 is known for the low noise. It's got fantastic color and stars around. I mean, there's a whole bunch of good features with that. It's not as sensitive as other sensors, but nonetheless, it works really good for video. So I figured try to find a CMOS that would perform similar to that. Now, all of the one I tried, we went from, my goodness, I think 1.2 megapixel all the way up to 14 megapixel. The best one of all was this one, the IMX 302. I've done other tweaking to the on the diagram when I sent it to them to what to do, and we finally got something that's going pretty good. What I'm going to do is lower the gamma some more to about 1.40. The reason I'm leaving the hot pixels for now is it tells me if it's going to affect the brightness, the overall brightness of the hot pixels in the background. So since this is just a 15-second exposure, it's not a lot, but yeah, we see the tracking of it is off. So you can see at the bottom the stars are kind of going right to left, a little bit just squashed. And I'm not guiding, I'm not stacking, I'm not doing none of this. This is raw on the fly, and hopefully it's going to stay that way. Oh, Chris, I agree with you on that one. I think the software is a winner. There's no question about it. I don't care who complains about it. I'm not going to listen to them because they have not explored what the software could do. And we certainly focused on that. In the past year, there have been several upgrades based on recommendation that we're doing to them, and they certainly hit the nail on the head on that one. The range, the dynamic range of all the adjustments are more than we could ever hope for, and I think they really succeeded at it. But there's going to be more improvement. The stacking feature is coming. I do have a demo of it at the shop. I didn't try it yet, but hopefully we will sooner or later. I just increased the okay, right now I just increased the histogram. What I'm trying to do is get a decent image, okay, And in that decent image, I want to use the least amount of exposure. I'm still at 15 seconds. No, there's an issue, Chris. The engineers told me there's several of the software out there, SharpCap included, there's a lot of flaws in them. And it's just not like certain cameras, and the way it works, it was designed, it's not complete. They certainly were very critical of that, and there was another software that someone never replied back to them. Tried to help him out, I guess, tried to help him out, and he never replied back to them about it, and his software doesn't work at all with it, and they're not going to bother about it. They're just going to stick to what is known out there, and personally, I think they should use the Mallin Sky at least, like other camera companies that don't even supply their own software. You got to use a free software. At least this software was designed, made, built for our cameras, and that's what counts. No, I agree with you, Chris. The color balance was horrible. Here, the colors are absolutely perfect. Very, very impressive. Okay, we've got a pretty good view here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get ready here to, before we're going to do a dark field subtraction, I'm not going to do that yet. I haven't taken any. I would like to increase exposure to 20 seconds. The simple reason is I want to see if my Altaz configuration will allow me to go up to 20-second exposure. You got to think about it. 20 seconds is not much. And this is a CMOS sensor, so because of the software, the histogram, the range on all of the adjustment, we get to compensate for that. And of course, the gain is only at 25 out of 50. Okay, this is 20-second exposure, so it did make a difference. Quite a lot, actually, surprisingly. And I'll be able to lower the gamma to 150. Increase it, I mean. So let's wait for the next refresh in 20 seconds. Never mind the hot pixels for now, folks. We're going to deal with that in a moment. As soon as we're going to take a dark field subtraction frame, I think we're going to be in for a treat. I just want to see if we could handle a 20-second exposure in Altaz, and obviously we can. That's not bad at all. All right, hang on. Next step. One step at a time, folks. I'm doing this on the seat here, just the same way as you guys would do. Just play with it till everything blows up. Pretty well. So if it screws up, hey, we start over again, and not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to jump to 25 seconds. All right, done. All right, here we go. The countdown has started. Yeah, it is, but I do see a lot of hot pixels here, and somehow split cam doesn't pick it up as much. That's what I'm saying. We're losing so much resolution, so much using an alternate software to rebroadcast. Here comes the exposure. Okay, now we're starting to get overexposed in the middle. And that's what I'm trying to stay away from, is overexposure. Because the software, let me explain to you there, Connie. I'm going to try to explain this so you can understand, and so is everybody else. Using a true video camera like yours, the X-T428, like the Exterminator and all of that, you need a frame grabber, correct? The frame grabber is going to grab the analog output, and it's going to send it to the frame grabber. And Night Skies Network is going to lock on your frame grabber, and you're going to display the real resolution, the real image as if you were connected on the monitor, and it's going to show you in best ability that it can, with no limitation, basically. Okay. A USB type camera, it's basically an imager, but in this case here, like the Mallin Universe And the Skyraider series have been designed to be imager slash video at the same time. But in that sense, it's not a true video. If you see it's not a CCTV type of video. And for that, you cannot use a frame grabber. And if you use a frame grabber, it's not going to work because there's no place to plug it. Since there's only one cable going to the camera, the software in the computer has to do all the work. And you get to see the image with the software on the computer, but you guys on Night Skies Network cannot see this. So we need another program which is free. In this case, I'm using SplitCam. It's going to capture the image I'm seeing on my computer, and it will link it on Night Skies Network. And that's how you get to see the image. But those softwares, they're very hard on the computer. My CPU is a quad core, and it's running at about 85 to 95% of its capacity right now. Because I've got A, the software for the camera, USB 3. B, I'm running Night Skies Network full rip at full resolution and full HD, by the way. C, I'm using SplitCam, which is a hog on resources. Right now, the hardest thing in the computer is SplitCam. It's making my poor computer sweat and then some. So I need that program to be able to lock on the program of the camera of what I'm seeing here, so you guys could see it on Night Skies Network, because we don't have a frame grabber. When you have a real video camera, like the HT428, the 418, or the Exterminator, the Extreme, you do need a frame grabber. And Night Skies Network automatically locks on that. And there's no loss in signal, basically. It connects directly to the frame grabber, which your camera is hooked up to, feeds it directly without the aid of another software, on Night Skies Network, and you get to see the purest form of the video you could possibly can. Okay, so I hope it explained the difference between a real video camera and a USB camera. USB camera, you do not have that luxury to have the same capabilities as of a real video camera. So if you've got a computer that doesn't have too much horsepower, a video camera with a frame grabber is the way to go. However, if you've got the computer for it and you've got a big screen, you need to have a large display with 23, 24, 26 inch at least, or 2 monitors. You need that to run the software for the camera, the USB camera. In this case is the Skyraider DS2.3 Plus. You need also room to see what you're broadcasting on Night Skies Network and read everybody what they're asking and talking about. And number 3, you got to watch the status here of SplitCam as well, make sure everything's okay. Number 4, I've got a little window that tells me what my CPU is running at. And at 80 to 90%, she's pushing it. And this is a quad core, 10 gig memory. So you do need to have a high horsepower computer.